Welcome to the Stress Free Dentist Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Eric Block. As always, I want to inspire, entertain, and educate you on the best tools and technologies out there. My goal is to help make your practice and career more profitable, efficient, and most importantly, more enjoyable. And check out all of my nonfiction and children's books on Amazon. And check out the stressfreedentist.com for any upcoming events. And if you're feeling you're a dental professional that's burnt out, or you just feel stuck or want to get to that next level, visit the International Academy of Dental Life Coaches or www.iadlc.com, and we'll get you matched up with a life coach that understands dentistry. I also wanted to thank our amazing sponsor, Ekwa Marketing. They have helped me and my practice over the years to improve with SEO and website performance. And to find out how you can make your practice dominate in your area, go to www.equa.com/MSMSFD to book your complimentary meeting. Again, that's www.eqwa.com/MSMSFD. Okay, everyone, welcome back to another episode. And I'm joined with an awesome recurring guest, the CEO of Ekwa Marketing, Naren Arulrajah. And today we're going to be talking about how to gain new patients for high-value treatments such as implants or clear aligners at the lowest possible cost. Naren, how you doing today? Thanks for joining us.
I'm doing great, Eric. Thank you for taking the time today. And I know you run the Stress Free Dentist platform, and definitely one of the ways to reduce stress is to do the dentistry you love, and hopefully you get paid well for it, like these examples, like, Invisalign, clear aligners, implants, veneers, those types of things.
Yeah, and it's by adding high value treatments, it's so rewarding. It keeps your practice re-energized. It keeps things fun and interesting, but they're not necessarily easy to obtain. So let's talk about, if I'm interested in marketing for a few high value services like implants, veneers, or clear aligners. What do you think about? Let's focus on maybe implants. What do you think about marketing for implants?
Yeah, I think a good way to start talking about marketing for implants is to understand how buyers go about making decisions in choosing a dentist for implants or choosing a dentist for veneers. People today, know they have lots of choices, and they know they can find an expert who's really good at what they're looking for. An example that all of us could relate to is, as homeowners, you want to redo your kitchen. You're not going to hire a general contractor. You're going to find someone who can do the kind of kitchen you want, right? You will literally zoom into somebody who's a kitchen expert, and you look at the work they have done. You look at, the kind of look and feel and the experience. Talk to a bunch of patients, and ideally, a good marketer would have all these documented somewhere, so it's easy for you to like, wow, I want to have a kitchen like that. We tend to make up our mind by visualizing ourselves in the shoes of the person who's already happy. So that's how, people start. So I think a good place to start is, where do they go to get information? And I think most of us, around studies are showing in healthcare, 90% of us start getting our information about, what kind of services do we need, or who's the doctor who can help us, on Google. So a good place to start is, whether you are doing general dentistry or high value services, is to master Google and figure out how to show up. Of course, you can pay Google a lot of money and show up for ads, or you can show up through SEO. But however you do it is fine, but make sure you start showing up when people are looking for things. And then once you start showing up, then the next step is, okay, what do people do once they notice you, once they discover you? How do they go about making the decision, understanding how they make that decision, and making sure you are giving them the right information at the right time. Remember, they're not even talking to you at this point, to help them choose you. And then, of course, pick up the phone and call. And then once the phone rings, then how do you handle the phone? Do you get them to like you, trust you, and then how do you convert that into an appointment?
And you really want to focus on SEO, correct? And do it well. How do we go about doing that?
Yeah, so let's start with SEO and doing it well. So, SEO is all about, 95% of traffic goes to the top 5%, and getting into the top 5% of websites that is ranking for 100 plus keywords. That is getting 95% of the free traffic. Why? It gives you an unfair advantage. Your cost of a new patient would be a fraction the cost of a new patient for people using Google ads or social media ads. So that's kind of what SEO is. I mean, we have done an episode before. We could put a link to it, but pretty much there are 6 things that Google cares about. And on those 6 things, you have to just keep working at it, working at it, working at it, working at it. And as long as you're acing those 6 things compared to your competition, let's say the 200 dentists in your area, then you're going to be in the top 5%. It's not easy. That's why it's the top 5%. 95% won't make it. But if you keep at it, you can make it and you will do really well with SEO. Now, you don't have to choose SEO, by the way. You could go with Google Ads. Just keep in mind, it'll be at least 5 to 10 times more expensive on a per patient basis. So, but if you're in a hurry, you need the patients today, SEO will take time. It'll take at least a year, even for the best of companies. So if you're in a hurry, then I would, augment it with Google Ads. But try to get rid of it, because why do you want to keep paying 5 times for the same product for the rest of your life, right? It doesn't make any sense. And that could be tens of thousands of dollars every year extra being wasted.
And just explain this to me like I'm five. SEO is search engine optimization, and that is essentially people putting keywords into the Google bar, such as implants near me or implants in my town type of thing.
100%. So Google has a tool called Google Analytics. And Eric, you are a client, you get 60 new patient calls plus a month. And one of the things in your report is keywords, right? And we just get it from Google Analytics. So Google Analytics will tell us, okay, here are all the keywords related to implants. Implant near me, implant dentist, implant zip code, implant city name, implants gone bad, implants before and after, implant, top implant dentist. There's all kinds of things people are typing in your neighborhood. So you can find out what those keywords are. And you want to make sure, let's say Google gives you a list of 55 keywords. You pick the top 20 and you want to make sure for those 20, you are showing up on page 1. That means, okay, which of those 20 do we want to focus on? And can we slowly move them up so you keep showing up consistently on the first page of results, ideally near the top, but definitely within page 1. Because now it doesn't matter what they type in, you keep showing up. You keep showing up for implants. And so that's the way I would kind of customize the marketing plan, the overall SEO/overall marketing plan, to target the specific keywords you care about. So in your case, let's say implants, veneers, and clear aligners. So of course, each one pick 20 keywords and then have your team work on it and then hold them accountable every 3 months, review it. Hey guys, am I doing better on these keywords? Okay, last month we only ranked for 3 keywords related to implants. How many are ranking for today? Last month, only 700 people saw us for implants. Or last quarter, this quarter, we have 2,000 people seeing us for implants. It's all organic, meaning it's not costing you extra. So the same SEO is now producing 3 times the results because you just keep focusing on those types of patients.
Now, you mentioned the word seeing us, but what's the data on if someone sees us and they click on our, SEO link, or if we have a Google ad? What are you seeing about the amount of time spent from the visitor on either one of those things?
Yeah, so when somebody clicks on a Google Ads, they're giving you on average, again, it's an average number, 15 seconds. If they click on a social media ad, they're giving you an average of 5 seconds. If they click on SEO, they're giving you an average of 90 seconds. So when you look at Google Ads versus SEO, which is free Google, there is a 6x difference, right? When you divide 90 by 15, there is a 600% difference. And the reason is trust, right? People don't trust an ad. They know it's an ad, it's paid for. So the second they're clicking, their mind is telling them, what's the catch? What's wrong in this? Because it's an ad. So because they're coming in with that, what's the catch mindset, you have to be like exceptionally good to convince them. If you're not, you're going to waste a lot of money on Google Ads. So instead of it being 5 times more expensive, it might end up being 20 times more expensive. I was talking to a doctor yesterday and they have spent literally like $30,000. And she said she got 5 patients in a whole year after spending $30,000. She's like, I just wasted my money. So, and it could be, I mean, if it was done well, maybe it wouldn't have been that bad, but perhaps she didn't have compelling cases. Perhaps she didn't have compelling stories. So even though she was throwing money out the window with Google Ads and people are clicking on it, because they're clicking with doubt, like what's the catch, and her content was not compelling, she was wasting all that money, right? So you got to be really, really careful. Like, it is more expensive. So be aware of that. But more importantly, like, unless your landing pages are amazing and really compelling, I wouldn't spend money on Google ads, because just going to, like, Google will take all your money, right? Remember, they have shareholders, and they have to keep making more money every year. So they'll take all your money. They don't care. So it's your job to care, and it's your job to figure out, like, is it converting? Is it not? One of the key metrics I would really look at is, what is my cost of a new patient from different marketing methods? That way you can compare apples to apples. 95% of you don't even know doctors. It's unfortunate. And that's why a lot of doctors are spinning. Like, they don't know that, oh, XYZ method is costing me $70 a new patient, and some other method is costing me $30, and a third method is costing me $200 or even $500. So find out, like, you need tracking. You need to know for each marketing method, what's the cost of a new patient. That way you can now be smart about where to put money and where to put resources. It's not about working hard, right? It's about working smart.
So you mentioned 90 seconds for someone visiting your site based off of an organic SEO click versus 15 seconds for, possibly a paid Google ad. Why is it that they're spending more time? And in this day and age, 90 seconds is like an eternity. A visitor could go to your About Us section. They go check out your services provided, your technology, check out your reviews, that type of thing. Why are they spending 90 seconds, that much more time from an organic SEO?
Yeah, let's start with this concept of intention, right? They went to Google, they typed in, implant dentist near me. They're looking for an implant dentist, right? They can't be any more obvious than this. They are looking for someone who they can go and see and get some implants done, right? Or fill in the blanks, veneers, etc. They're looking for that person. So they're focused on it. I mean, today we are like, we just focus on one thing and we get it done and we go to the next thing. Why? We have all these tools that help us do that, right? Google and so forth. So now your web page shows up, and because it's the organic result, it's not an ad, they trust you. Because they were focused on finding an answer and they trusted you, they're willing to give you that 90 seconds. Now, in that 90 seconds, again, humans buy lots of things every single day. So when you're buying something expensive, typically you're looking for three things. One is, are you an expert? In other words, do you have specific knowledge and experience doing the kind of things I want done? Again, kitchen is something we can all relate to. Okay, I want a certain type of kitchen. Do you have specific knowledge and experience doing those kinds of kitchens? You know what I mean? Or do you have specific knowledge and experience doing implants? Do you have specific knowledge and experience creating a beautiful smile with veneers? So whatever that thing that they're looking for, that's the first thing. So that's called expertise. They're looking to make sure you have expertise. You're doing a kitchen, how do you do that? You have case studies. You have say, okay, here are 17 kitchens I've done, boom, boom, boom. Here are the pictures. You can flip through the albums. You can see some beautiful kitchens, right? Maybe videos, maybe, the clients speaking in those videos, saying how wonderful an experience is. And you literally get to walk through those kitchens, right? Same thing here, show you expertise, in different ways. And I'll get to that later on. The second thing is trust, right? Like, everybody will say, I'm the best. I'm, God's gift to mankind. Nobody says, I suck as a dentist, or I suck as a contractor who does kitchens. So how do they know that you are the real deal? How do they know that you are somebody that has helped a lot of people and is successful? Of course, they can go to your Google My Business page and find your reviews. You don't want them to do that. Why? Because now they get distracted by your competition and they're clicking on your competition's website. Make it easy for them. These pages, let's say I typed in implant dentist near me, and in addition to showcasing your expertise, your review should be there. So then now I also trust you right at the page itself. I see 7 reviews, all with the Google logo saying how wonderful you are and how happy the patient was. So quickly, like in a glance, I can see that people are happy. Even video testimonials, right? Great place to showcase those, because now there's videos, even, standing next to a patient with a beautiful smile. Like, now people are like, wow, he's good at this kind of stuff. And the last one is liking, right? This is specifically important for healthcare. I mean, I don't think we care about liking our kitchen contractor, but healthcare is a lifelong relationship. Usually you have a dentist for the rest of your life. So we don't want to go to somebody we don't enjoy or we don't appreciate, going and seeing, a couple of times a year. So you want to make sure that, you get people to like you. How do you do that? Do videos, explain things in layman's terms. So they feel like, oh, I kind of can talk to Eric. Eric is down to earth. He explained things in a way that I can understand. He doesn't use mumbo jumbo, complicated language to show how smart he is. He talks to me like a friend, like a fifth grader, not in a demeaning way, but in a respectful way, but in a way that I can understand, right? He doesn't get caught up on showing how smart he is. And which is, so all those things. So liking, trust, and expertise. Those are the things I would focus on in highlighting in those 90 seconds. If I do that as a practice owner, now you have that patient. Now that patient is hooked. Again, she's not 100% sold. She might be 80% sold. Now the phone rings, and that's the last 20%. That's when the phone team has to like build a rapport. They have to reinforce the things that the patient kind of believes. Oh, I thought Dr. Eric has so much, a lot of experience with, whatever, right? Absolutely. We have 17 pictures of implants, and I hope you saw them. So you have to reinforce that. Oh, he has special training. He spent, 7 years educating himself on being the best at whatever, dot, 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 right? So those kinds of things, asking for an appointment, reassuring your patient, talking about the emotional reason why they are there. People get so caught up on insurance and all the other traps like prices and stuff. And I've seen calls where teams are just talking about nonsense. In other words, the things that are not helping get the patient to come in, but all the things that will actually confirm they don't come in, because you're just taking them down these alleyways where you and the patient get shot. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to focus anyway. So that's the experience. So 90 seconds on the web page, and then the phone experience.
I want to go back to the word expert because I like how you said, speak in lay terms. And I always say, let your diploma, do the scientific talking for you. You should explain to these procedures to patients like you're talking to my 8-year-old son, talk in lay terms. The word expert doesn't mean you have to talk in all this scientific dental mumbo jumbo or have to have written 30 articles on the latest research. You're a dentist. You went to dental school. That makes you an expert. Patients will see you as an expert. Explain to them procedures so that they can understand you, so they feel comfortable calling your office. Can you explain more your thoughts on the word
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe a better word could be expertise as opposed to the word expert. So, for example, dentists can do, clear aligners, do implants, and so forth. Some are better than others in creating results, right? So that's what they're looking for. They want to find the person who is the best of the lot in creating the result they are looking for. So, for example, if they're interested in, veneers, then of course, are you the one who has a lot of experience doing beautiful smiles using veneers? Or implants? Are you the one with a lot of experience with implants? So the way to showcase that expertise is to showcase pictures. And I know doctors get caught up on close-ups. I'm a fan of close-ups, but remember, your patients are not technical, like Eric said. They are laymen. They don't understand close-ups. For them, both look ugly. One looks less ugly than the other one, right? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's all too many teeth and all that stuff. But beautiful smile, a full face smile, that's just mind-blowing. And, like, for example, imagine, a 45-year-old man with a beautiful smile, or a 60-year-old woman with a beautiful smile, right? That they can understand because they're seeing themselves in the before, close up or whatever. And then they want to be like the person on the after, right? And remember, you're not competing with dentists, you're competing with that vacation. They are competing with that brand new car, because these things can be expensive, right? The high value services like implants. So you have to show them, in their subconscious mind, yeah, it's worth the $30,000 you're going to invest in your car to get this beautiful smile, right? Look at the work I have done. And when they see someone like them, so if I'm a certain age, male versus female, ethnic group, and I see someone similar to my age having that beautiful smile, I want to be like that person. So I'm much more excited. So when we talk about expertise, highlight these cases, include the after full face picture, explain what happened, why the patient came, what you did, and how they felt about it. And I have 7 of those. So that way, there is somebody who's 45-year-old, of 40 to 50-year-old female, and somebody who's 60 to 70-year-old, you know, uh, Asian male, different ethnic groups, different colors. Because when we see someone like us, getting the results we want to get, we feel like you can help me get the result I want to get. Because we all think we are different and unique and, depending on age and everything else. So just give them variety. And then like now they are sold. That's the kind of expertise I want. I'm not talking about putting every training you took and, videos of you giving talks about, the 7 things you need to know as an implant dentist. Like they don't care. They don't understand it. It goes above their head. It actually confuses them. And they're actually like, oh, I don't know if I can talk to this guy. He just talks language I don't even understand. So don't showcase those things. That's not the purpose of your website. If you want to teach a class and you have a website for teaching that class, yeah, go ahead and showcase your quote unquote that expertise, like your knowledge of this topic, but not for consumers.
And what about the word trust? How do you get the potential patient to trust you?
Yeah, I think this is a really important point as well. Like, people can go to your Google My Business page and read your reviews. So step 1 is try to get 10 reviews a month, right? Simple, because 10 a month in 2 years is 240. In 5 years is 600. So just a number keeps growing, growing, growing. And we can do an entire episode on how do you get 10 a month. But now pick and choose the relevant reviews that make sense and highlight it on that page. So if you have certain reviews that talk about implants or talk about veneers, put it on the relevant page. So if on the implant page, the reviews that might be interesting to somebody interested in implants, like, oh, he created a beautiful smile for me. And, oh, he did, I was having a hard time eating and he created this awesome, awesome set of solution. This awesome solution for me and that changed my life. So highlight those reviews, make it easy for them. Get video testimonials. You might have some patients who love you and you might even ask for it before you start the case. Hey, I want to do my best work. If I do, can we do a video testimonial? If I do, can I showcase your after picture? People say absolutely. Because why? They don't want you to do crummy work. They want you to do work that you are like so proud of showcasing. And you're asking them before you start the work. Of course, when they say yes, get them to commit, have them sign something. So it just becomes part of your habit, like showcasing credibility, not by accruing degrees and diplomas and stuff or videos of you giving technical speeches, but rather, these cases, these stories, these pictures, these videos. That's how we showcase expertise. Like, and I think you hit it right on the head. It's using layman's language, right? A layman can understand a video where a patient explains why they're so happy. A layman can see a picture and see a beautiful smile and say, oh yeah, I want to look like that guy. You don't need to have a diploma in dentistry to understand or appreciate a beautiful, smile. You know what I mean? So that's the way to think about it. So stop wearing your dentist hat and start wearing the consumer hat. Think, if you are in the other shoes as a consumer, what do you want?
That's great advice. And now, how do we get started if I want to grow my implant or veneer or clear aligner, these high value treatments into my practice? How do we get started?
Yeah, I would recommend you need to know where you stand with your marketing, because if you don't know where you stand, then you don't know what to do, right? I mean, of course, starting with the analysis of your current status. So we do a complimentary marketing strategy meeting. It's ekwa.com/MSMSFD. That's the link, ekwa.com/MSMSFD. It's a $900 value. You can click on it, you can sign up, and you can book that marketing strategy meeting, and we can get going. So it's our gift to you, ekwa.com/MSMSFD. And you'll get both kind of a report card on where you stand and also a detailed plan on what you can do to really get onto the top within 12 months.
All right, great stuff. Again, Naren Arulrajah, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks again for listening to the Stress-Free Dentist podcast. And don't hesitate to get in touch with me at info@thestressfreedentist.com. And if you haven't already, please subscribe on your favorite platform and leave us a review. Until the next episode, I'm Dr. Eric Block, the Stress-Free Dentist.